I have created a couple of automations before, but to this day, I believe that the AI customer agent is probably one of the best ones. It is just simply too valuable to businesses. There's no need to worry about hiring, training, wages, bonuses anymore. All this monthly hassle is just gone. And now we've gotten to a point where they're quite powerful. So I'm going to now demonstrate an example of this AI agent could look like and how it could replace an actual human. And then I'll show you how you can build it out yourself if you want to use it for your business or sell it. Okay, so let's start. There's a few demo questions I want to ask just to showcase what it could potentially do. So just to start the workflow, let me just press start. Now, what we can do here now is that I'll go to Telegram and I'll tell it using voice, could you please track my shipment and tell me the shipment ETAs. So now we'll just, as you can see, it's running in the background. And this message that says this message was sent automatically with n8n is not supposed to be there. But the reason that it is just because I'm on a free trial. And I usually build out AI agents using BotPress or Make.com. But n8n is proving to be quite good for this as well. This is my first time testing it out. So as you can see here, it just responds with my order ID and the estimated arrival. Now you might have noticed that I did not tell it my name or my email. So the way it found the details of my shipment is just it was actually using my my phone number. So in the case of WhatsApp, let's say, it would use the phone number and then search through the CRM for any orders that this customer may have purchased. But in this case, it was using the Telegram ID. Now, if we go back to the questions, what we can actually do is that we can have it analyze a photo. So you see this photo right here. Oh yeah, I did forget to say that this customer support agent is for like a skincare brand. This is why it says, oh, welcome to Clear Skin. This is not the actual name, but it's some dummy information. So if I say something like, do you have something similar to this in stock? And I go to test workflow. I go back to Telegram and I send this. Okay, so it runs in the background. Okay, so it sends a photo of the product that is similar to the one that I sent. And it says, here's a product from our catalog that is similar to the CeraVe, which is the one I sent. Moisturizing lotion, you mentioned. It's our hydrating serum, which is great for deep hydration, which is exactly what the CeraVe is for. And then it says, which is great, it's lightweight and contains blah, blah, blah. Let me know if you need more information. So here it analyzed the photo and it just recommended a product accordingly. Now, if we go back to the notes, here I have a prompt asking to send me a photo of the product, but as you can see, it already sent me a photo. And then if I go down to this demo question is supposed to showcase the human handoff feature. So if there's a question that the chatbot could not answer, then we could actually pass it on to the human customer support agent. So if we go to test workflow here, and then if we go to the second workflow, which is the human handoff workflow, and then we go back. Oh, sorry, that was not supposed to happen. Okay, if we go back. Okay, now if we send this, this is a question that is not in its database. So we'll check. Okay, as you can see, it did not give us an answer, right? It did not give us an answer. But if we go to the executions, okay, you can see that this was just executed, and actually it's waiting. It says it's waiting. The reason why it's waiting is because after it found out that there's a question that was asked that was not in its database, what happened was it used this new workflow, which is the human handoff, and it actually sends me an email. So if I refresh, there should be a new email, which was sent 0 minutes ago. It just sent this to me, and if I open this form, it actually just tells me what the customer inquiry was and what my response should be. So let's say to this question, I should respond, please contact your doctor before purchasing this, just in case. Okay. Now there's an option to save this response into the database, and there's an option not to. So let's say if I press no, I submit, and then I go back to Telegram. As you can see, it just sent my message. So it says, please contact your doctor before purchasing this, just in case. And if I go back to the original, it says that the execution has been done. It's been finished. Whereas earlier it was waiting. Yeah. So you can see here it says succeeded. So yeah, that's basically how it works. It can take photos, it can take voice, it can take text, and that's just the main idea behind this chatbot. It could be way more in depth and custom created. Like for example, this form could be or the human agent could actually be notified using Slack or WhatsApp or whatever it is, and it could actually have a link to the Telegram message. So the human doesn't actually have to reply here. It can just go ahead and take over. But yeah, for demonstration purposes, I just wanted to use this simpler format. Okay, so now let me just show you how this works. It's much scarier than it actually is. It looks much scarier than it actually is, sorry. It's not actually that scary to build out. Basically what it does is that it waits for a Telegram trigger. So this is just a normal Telegram trigger module or node in n8n. And then after it takes this if node basically finds or reads through the text that was sent, and it finds if there was both a photo and a caption. So earlier when I sent this right here, I asked I sent it as a photo with a caption. So if it was true, it would go up to here. So if we go back to executions, okay, it's loading. That was the wrong one. Wrong one again. Oh yeah, here, okay. So as you can see here, it found out that actually they are both, the photo and the caption was available. That's why it went up. Now what happens when it goes up is that there's two more filters. One is that the filter that just takes out the caption, and the second is is the one where it just takes out the photo. Now this entire thing right here, this entire thing that you see here, is basically just to take whatever input that the customer or lead sent and just transforms it in a content or in a format where our AI agent later on could actually read. So basically this filter just takes out separates the caption from the photo, and then we have a simple module here which just saves it as message.caption. And then this filter, after it has filtered out the photo, this OpenAI node will, as you can see, there's a simple prompt here. It will just describe what is in that image. So after that's done, this merge module would actually wait for both of these to finish. So if this was not here and we would just connect it directly, then the AI agent will actually receive the caption before the photo, because by the time this AI node finishes running, this would have already reached to our AI agent. In which case the AI agent would run twice, which is not what we want. So instead we have this merge module which waits for both to finish, and once they have both finished, then it will send the output to this module, which will then send it to the AI agent. Okay, so here we have, if not both photo and caption is available, then you have three filters. One filter will just simply filter out the text, which is the one we just had. It just filters out the text and saves it as message.text. If it's a Telegram voice message, then it will filter this out and it will go through here. And this Telegram get file node will actually save the file. Yeah, it will save the file in a way where this next OpenAI node could actually transcribe it. So let me just show you how this looks like. So here, as you can see, after it filtered out, the Telegram got the file, which means it technically downloaded it, and the output was just the file. And then this OpenAI transcription takes in the file and it outputs the output, the actual text. It just transcribes it, which is this is exactly what I said in the audio. And then after it's done, it just sends it out to this module. Now the last one is the same as the one before, which is analyze the message, analyze the image. But in this case, there's no caption. So if there was no caption, then it will go through here. If there is both caption and photo, then it will go through this system over here. So yeah, that's basically it. Now once this is all done, it goes into this module. Now the reason why I have this module is just basically to take in whatever arrives. So let's say if in the merge module, right, the data arrives, what this will do is that it will just combine it under one JavaScript output. That the item will be called result. Okay, so if it comes from here or here or here or here, no matter where, this code will just combine everything and just turn it into a JavaScript output called result. The reason being is that later on when we use our tools agent, we will actually reference it using JSON.result. So that will be its input. This way it's much easier for the AI agent to know where the information is coming from rather than connecting all these different nodes directly to the agent itself. Okay. So now the annoying part is over. This should be much easier. This AI tool agent has multiple tools. But firstly, I'll just say that the chat model that I'm using is GPT-4o. I'm using this simple memory, which will just give it like 3 messages prior to the message that I sent, just to give it more context on what was said. So we'll just basically, let's say when I sent this question, it actually has context 1, 2, 3. So these 3 messages will be sent to it as context to the AI agent. And then now the tools. So these tools, 3 of them are for Airtable, and one of them is for 3 of them are for Airtable. One of them is a Telegram tool, and the fourth one is a Pinecone vector store. Now let me show you why that is. Firstly, we have the FAQ. So this is a simple FAQ that I used ChatGPT to build just for the demonstration purposes. So this is one of the databases that the AI agent will use to answer questions. Because like if I ask a question like this, it will know the answer to it through this Pinecone vector store. If we copy this, and we go here, paste. Okay, as you can see it's listening. Okay, it reads the Pinecone vector store, and then it outputs the answer, which is this. And I use, like I said, I used Pinecone, which is this right here. I'm not going to go into too much depth with this. I think there's a lot of good tutorials online. I myself don't know this too well just yet. But as you can see here, there's embedding. The embedding that I'm using is text embedding 3 small. There's no need to have it be anything other than this. I feel like I've tested it out and I feel like it works out just fine. Okay, so that's when it comes to that's the demo FAQ. Now, when it comes to other information like the CRM, the product catalog, and the shipment and orders, basically, I have all of that stored into Airtable, and these 3 Airtable nodes each have their own function. So, for example, the CRM function will search the CRM, which is here, based on the Telegram ID. Now, if this was WhatsApp, I would tell it to search based on phone number. But for this case, because I'm using Telegram just for the demonstration, it will use the Telegram ID. Now, after it's done, it will just output all that data. So, for example, after it searched my name on the Telegram ID, it just got all that information. So it got my name, my phone number, my email, and what purchases I've done, right? What purchases I've made. Now, after this finishes, it can also use this second tool, which is the orders and shipment tool. Basically, what this tool does is that it allows the AI to search through the orders and shipment based on the customer. So after it got my information, so after I contacted it and it determined that actually, according to my Telegram ID or phone number, my name is Amr Al-Hami. So when it goes to orders and shipment, it actually can find out, okay, so I bought this serum, I bought it, the delivery date is this is the order number, tracking ID, blah, blah, blah. So that's basically what it does using this tool. Now we have a third tool, Airtable tool, which is the product catalog. And this is just to give the AI more information on the product. So when it uses this tool, it will actually just output, like the tool will output all of this information. It will not be filtered out or anything. Reason being is for things like the earlier test just now, the one where I asked if it has something similar to this. What it did is that it used this tool to go through all of the products available, and it then finds out that actually this one is kind of similar. It's priced at this, and this is the image. And that's what it did basically. It sent the image, and it spoke about the whatever asset, which is right here. So yeah, that's basically how these three tools work. Now the last tool is a Telegram tool. The reason why I have a Telegram tool separate to this send message right here is because the only way you can send a photo, you can't have it send it with the message, or else it doesn't come as clean as this. You have to have it send it separately. So what I told the AI is that when you want to send a message to the client or to the customer, you can just use this separate tool basically, which will help you send photos. So you just input whatever the photo URL you have, which you took from the product catalog in Airtable, and it should send a photo out. Okay. So yeah, so that's basically the tools, the AI tool agent. Now, as you can see here, after it outputs whatever it does, there's a if node. The reason being is this is where we handle and we find out if this should be taken to the second workflow, which is the human handoff workflow. Okay, so how does this work? This AI agent has this long prompt, and what it does basically, it just gives context for the role. It tells the task and how step by step it should conduct itself. So first you have to retrieve the customer background. Second, you have to understand and analyze the query. Third, it should hold on. Okay, so third, it should search through the product catalog, and it can use the send photo tool. Fourth, it has to use the Pinecone vector store tool. And then fifth, which is the important part, the human handoff failsafe. So when and if this AI doesn't know what to answer to the question, it should just output the word manager. I'll show you why in a bit. After this, I'll just tell it it's tools. I describe it to it, and then I give a bunch of examples, and then some additional notes, including today's time and date. And yeah, you can read through this, but it's just when I wanted to fine tune the AI a little. Okay, so the reason why we tell it to output the word manager only when required, obviously, when it doesn't know the answer itself, is because this node will actually filter out the answer. So if the answer, the output is just manager, what it will do is that it will take it up here. Whereas if it isn't, like in this case, the answer was this: yes, our entire skincare line is cruelty free. It will just go ahead and send it to the client, which is a simple node. You just have the chat ID, which is the one you get from all the way from here, and the text JSON output, which is from the right here, like this one. Okay, so if that is the case, then it will go ahead and go into AI transform. So basically, this AI transform code is just a bunch of code that the AI wrote. The reason this works, or what this does, is that after there's a manager here, or like after this gets triggered, what this will do is that it will transform the message that comes out of here, which is the code message right here. It will transform it in a way which is just simple text. So if I go back to the execution earlier, okay, here. So as you can see previously, just now when we ran this, the AI transform transformed the code, or sorry, the JSON that came out of here, which is what I asked, which is can I use your products with my prescription skincare routine, and it transformed this into this, just a simple text. So it's no longer a JSON array or JSON, JSON array, JSON text, and then it just sent it to the second workflow. The second the way it sent it is just it sent the message from the client, which is under lead message, and the Telegram ID, which again is taken from here. Okay, so that's it. That's the main thing right here. This is the main AI agent. Now, when I go to the human handoff section, so basically, this is the input, right? The lead message and the Telegram ID. Once this workflow gets triggered, it will send an email to me, just like you guys saw earlier, with this message, which is just this form URL. It says resume form URL, and the reason why it's called resume form URL is because of this wait module. Basically, this wait module, once it reaches to this wait module, the execution will just stop. It will just be waiting for the form to be submitted. Now, there's many different types like time interval, webhook call, or whatever. But in this specific scenario, the way I've built this human handoff feature is that once the form is submitted, and here you can edit what the form says, but once the form is submitted, then the workflow can continue executing. Otherwise, it will just wait here. So basically, the form title is super simple. It's literally the message that came from the client, and then the description is above is the customer inquiry / message. What is your response? And do you want to save? Do I save your response in my database? Now, there's a yes or no. Basically, if this says yes, then it will go up here according to this if node. So if it is a yes, what it will do is first it will reply to the client using this send message. It will reply using whatever the answer was. So whatever the form result was from here. So what is your response? So whatever the human agent answers, it will just automatically be sent with Telegram. And then this OpenAI module, basically what it does is that, I can open it actually and show you guys. What it does is that I just tell it to format this question and answer in a way which is good to add to our FAQ database. Because obviously, if I'm gonna add the Q&A in a way which is super like texty, in a way where people just like text, it's not gonna be super efficient and like, let's say, optimal for our vector database. So what I tell it is just to rephrase the Q&A in a way which is more ideal to like append or insert into our database. So as you can see here, I give it like an example. So like if the customer says, you guys do animal testing lol, and then the manager says, no, of course not, the Q&A by you should be like, are your products cruelty free? And then it should say, yes, our entire skincare line is cruelty free, blah blah blah. So yeah, and then this message just describes the customer query and then the manager query. Okay. So yeah, so what this does is that it just saves the Q&A. Actually, this is not needed at all. I'm not using it. Okay, never mind this. You don't need to have this. Okay, but this is important. So basically, this code, what it does is that it takes the input from here, and it transforms it into JSON string. So wait, let me go back to the previous run. Okay, here. Okay. Can this go away? No? Okay. So what does this look like? So as you can see here, it says yes. So because the answer to this question, do I save response, was a yes, then we'll go ahead and go up. Now this is before I really fixed it, so that's why this is not connected directly to the Telegram send message, but now it is. So this OpenAI, as you can see, the input was this question, which is you should this is the form. This is the form result, which is you should check with a doctor prior to purchasing. And the question was, what was the question? It doesn't have it written. Oh, it does, yeah. So the customer query was, can I use your products with my, the same question that I asked, yeah, earlier. This was prior to filming. This is when I was testing it. And the manager response should be, you should check with the doctor prior to purchasing this, just in case. So this is what was sent to the AI. And the output was this, which is formatted correctly. And now this code will take what this code was supposed to do, which it didn't work here because of this module, which was doing nothing. Basically, is that it's supposed to turn this this here into a JSON. So once this is turned to a JSON, it will now convert the JSON to a CSV. And the reason why it does that is just so we can now upload it to our Pine vector store. So as you can see here, it's insert documents from this list, which is the Pinecone index, skincare index. Okay, so the Pinecone namespace is the one I use FAQs. I heard using namespace is pretty good. So yeah, now the embeddings, like I said earlier, it's just text embedding 3 small. I use this data loader, just all default, I guess. And then I also left this as default, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, that's basically how it works. And then obviously, if the manager says no to this question, to do I save your response into my database, then we'll just go ahead and send it to the Telegram automatically. So there you go. Now you should probably be able to make a quite efficient AI agent. And if you have any questions, because I'm not that good at explaining, then just drop it in the comments and I'll just reply. And let me know what you guys want to see in the future. And yeah, thanks for watching.